Department of English. Dissertation, Storytelling and Hostility to the Novel, Four Contemporary Native American Novels. Letters, Dr. Heather Hardy, Department Chair, Dr. James Giles, Dissertation. Department of English. Dissertation, Etymologia, Notes for the History of Allegorical Etymology. Letters, Dr. Heather Hardy, Department Chair, Dr. Mary Schreiber for the dissertation. Christopher W. Wildos, Department of English. Dissertation, A Stranger in a Strange Land, Canon, Critical Reception, and Walker Percy's Postmodern Figure.
You do become doctors. My congratulations. Please be seated. I just might note this is one of the largest groups we've had in the last few years in terms of people receiving doctoral degrees at this ceremony. And I can think back many years ago when I was in a similar circumstance. I really can understand all of the effort and time, the sweat and tears that went into these degrees. So again, my warm congratulations to you.
Next recommended are candidates for performance certificates, educational specialist degrees, and master's degrees. The Master of Accounting Science, Master of Arts, Master of Business Administration, Master of Fine Arts, Master of Music, Master of Public Administration, Master of Public Health, Master of Science, Master of Science in Education, and Master of Science in Taxation. Candidates will advance as their names are called by Dean Montgomery, to be individually recognized by the President, Provost, or Chair of the Board of Trustees, and to receive the diploma cover from the Dean of the College of the Graduate Major. Rather than pausing to applaud each of the participants, we ask that the audience withhold its applause until all the recipients of these advanced degrees in a particular college may be honored.
Candidates for master's degrees will work primarily in the College of Business. Please rise and approach the platform. Master's Business Administration. Jeffrey Lee Morris, Master's Business Administration. Dean Michael Sanglo, Master's Business Administration. John Graham Urquhart, Master's Business Administration. Karen S. Carr, Master's Business Administration. Holly Kelps, Master's Business Administration. Patricia Lynn McAmer, Master's Business Administration. Angela L. Ellis, Master's Business Administration. Jody Lynn Deagle, Master's Business Administration. Annette M. Deeks, Master's Business Administration. Matthew Thomas Fraser, Master's Finance. Kenneth Warren Burton, Master's Business Administration. Janet M. Donner, Master's Accountancy. John C. Illingworth, Master's Business Administration. Kurt Martin Lillig, Master's Business Administration. Zachary Margettis, Master's Business Administration. Gina Maria Orzak, Master's Accountancy. Christina L. Ragoose, Master's Accountancy. Cynthia Lynn Gimberling, Master's Accountancy. Edward Michael Thieling, Master's Accountancy. Gregory Allen Falk, Master's Accountancy. Kathleen June Gazdaco, Master's Business Administration. Shirley Elaine Szymanski, Master's Business Administration. Stephen James Denley, Master's Business Administration. You may now honor this group of graduates. Candidates for educational specialist degrees and for master's degrees with work primarily in the College of Education, please rise and approach the platform. Elementary education. Julie L. Loretta King, Master's Curriculum and Instruction. Anne-Marie Coombs, Master's Curriculum and Instruction. Angela Marie Sutherland, Master's Secondary Education. Janine Marie Raspelik, Master's Curriculum and Supervision. Cheryl Ann Anderson, Master's Curriculum and Instruction. Stacy Bichard, Master's School Business Management. Eva Jewel W. Porter, Master's Curriculum and Instruction. Anne-Marie Hayes, Master's Curriculum and Instruction. Rick A. Schmidt, Educational Specialist, Educational Administration. Judith M. Hokinson, Master's Reading. Julie Marie Harding, Master's Elementary Education. Michelle D. Persy, Master's Educational Administration. Natalie Ann Gibbs, Master's Educational Administration. Scott Allen Kabelka, Master's Educational Administration. Nancy Louise Garrison, Master's Instructional Technology. Deborah Ann Fantozzi, Master's Reading. Kathleen Therese Moriarty, Master's Reading. Dawn Marie Hooks, Master's Special Education. Roberta Louise Kedlinski, Master's Special Education. Roy Edwin Smith, Master's Educational Administration. Donna Holland Sogern, Master's Educational Administration. Marianne Savage, Master's Educational Administration. Devon Lavelle Wilson, Master's Adult Continuing Education. Mark William Silhart, Master's Adult Continuing Education. Elizabeth W. Clifford, Master's Educational Administration. Vicki Elizabeth Jelazinski, Master's Educational Administration. Lynn Atkinson Tovar, Master's Adult Continuing Education. Joanne M. Park, Master's Adult Continuing Education. Mary Alice Brand, Master's Adult Continuing Education. Eileen Patricia Kickmall, Master's Adult Continuing Education. Jorge Theotis Tennant, Master's Adult Continuing Education.
George! Yes!
Catherine Elizabeth India, Master's Adult Continuing Education.
Go, George!
Deborah Ann Shurock, Master's Adult Continuing Education. Doris Chung, Master's Adult Continuing Education. Joy Aronson, Master's Adult Continuing Education. Dale L. Ford, Master's Adult Continuing Education. Catherine Sue Magnuson, Master's Instructional Technology. John Allen Gibson, Master's School Business Management. Deborah K. Bland, Master's Physical Education. Christine Eve Murray, Master's Counseling. Shelley Denise Gillen, Master's Instructional Technology.
Daily.
Michelle Kabelkis, Master's Educational Psychology. Stephen P. Gordon, Master's Counseling. Dwayne Emerson Farnsworth, Master's Curriculum and Instruction. Glennis Laurie Warner, Master's Physical Education. Janine Rose Esposito, Master's Special Education. Jocelyn Lee Fleischer, Master's Special Education. Jennifer Jean Anderson, Master's Special Education. Jennifer Lynn Griner, Master's Special Education. Joanna Elizabeth Hobart, Master's Special Education. Heidi Ann Heimer, Master's Special Education. Kim Maisie Kinley, Master's Special Education. Megan Alicia Sindelar, Master's Counseling. Catherine Calhan Ventrone, Master's Counseling. Elizabeth Ann Cisco, Master's Reading. Brenda G. Houston, Master's Counseling. Deborah I. Johanning, Master's Educational Psychology. Michael Patrick Hooks, Master's Special Education. Marcy Lee Boland, Educational Specialist, Educational Administration. Christina A. Mueller, Master's Physical Education. Karen Ann Kundig, Master's Physical Education. Lori Rose Lipson, Master's Instructional Technology. Catherine Elizabeth O'Gara, Master's Instructional Technology. Chindrat Yosam Sakti, Master's Instructional Technology. Thomas Leno, Master's Physical Education. Julianne Widener, Master's Physical Education. Jean Hayes Sophie, Master's Educational Administration. Lori Lynn Hines, Master's Educational Administration. Jennifer Meyer, Master's Counseling. Amy Jane Vandermeer, Master's Counseling. Christine R. Greenblatt, Master's Curriculum and Instruction. Alexander Takach, Master's Secondary Education. Leonard C. McCall, Master's Elementary Education. Linda Gleason, Master's Elementary Education.
Again, in these very special words, by the authority vested in me, Board of Trustees, Northern Illinois University, I hereby confer upon each of you a former certificate, educational specialist degree, or the master's degree which you have recommended. Accordingly, investments of all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appropriate to that certificate or degree. At this point, it's not already you are. Congratulations. Good afternoon, graduates, teachers, families, and friends. Congratulations to all of you for making dreams come true, for yourselves, for your loved ones, and your students. I always begin my remarks at this event with the following reminder to the graduates. You are now members of a very distinct segment of society. As Dr. Czar indicated, less than 5% of American postgraduate degrees too, are very well represented among top leaders in business, education, the arts, government, healthcare, in every other field of human endeavor. And so it will be with you. Never has our country had greater need for educated citizens. Everywhere we turn, every type of workplace, we find progress stymied by a lack of qualified educated workers to carry forth the mission of our schools, our businesses, and our social institutions. The incredible acceleration of progress over the last 10 or 15 years, largely made by technology, is now threatening to slow down to a fall. And the reason is simple. While technological change offers new promise to help us solve many of society's worst problems, we have not produced enough qualified workers to take full advantage of that promise. Consider this. A recent survey of Illinois citizens revealed their number one suggestion for improving life in this state was to improve the preparation of our children's teachers. Nothing else in the survey came even close to that concern. Next down the line was a similar request to lawmakers. Come up with the support that's needed to help our elementary and secondary schools do a better job. And ask where our schools should be concentrating their efforts. Citizens overwhelmingly responded that students should be better prepared to embrace the new technologies in the information age. Yet the reality is that even the most conservative estimates across this country are facing a teacher shortage of unprecedented proportions. In the next 10 years, it is predicted, universities like Northern Illinois University will need to produce 2 million new teachers to replace retiring teachers and to meet the demand created by student growth. 2 million teachers. It's been a half a century since there has been such a need for teachers. In our region alone here in Northern Illinois, demographic experts are predicting a 12% increase in the number of high school seniors by the year 2006. And this is a period less than a decade away. And it's obvious that these students are already in the pipeline. These students will have to be educated. If the looming teacher shortage does not spell out things clearly enough, consider this. An international report on worldwide education attainment issued earlier this year showed America falling further behind other countries in the number of our students who actually complete high school. While college grades have not been affected yet, a decreasing number of high school graduates will soon affect our standing in that arena as well. At the very time our society needs highly educated people to keep up with technological change, we are falling further behind. As I said earlier, you graduates are members of an elite group. The statistics I've just quoted you about education attainment lead me to conclude that your group is becoming more elite all the time. And that is not very good news for the United States. As all of you have discovered, education is the key to enhancing your professional and personal success. The fact that similar opportunities are not always present for other citizens should be of concern to all of us. When researchers ask business and industry about concerns for the future, can you guess what the biggest worry is among our employers? Simply, it's a lack of qualified workers to do the job. In many cases, it's just not that we're not producing enough computer science majors. It is that our public school systems are not producing enough entry-level workers with the basic math and literacy skills to work on the shop floor. The same international study I mentioned earlier compared educational success among all the developed countries. And that showed that the worst performing students in Japan and South Korea, the students in the lowest 25%, outperform the best American students in math and science. This is at the same time that America is leading the world in the development of new technologies and the application of technology. It doesn't make sense, and it should concern all of us. How can we be leading the world on the high end and trailing the world on the low end? Are we going to be content to watch our society become polarized between a relatively small number of haves and a growing number of have-nots? I think we know where such a future would lead us. In addition to a significant growth of students in our public schools and the associated need to prepare a new generation of teachers, this new student population will be more diverse than ever before in our nation's history. In a sense, diversity has always been a major strength for a country, providing educational opportunities are made available for individual growth and development. We must look at the growing diversity of our population as another challenge. This new generation of students must be given the opportunity to acquire the education they will need to be successful in the 21st century. They must be part of a system that provides the skills to pursue the American dream. We cannot afford to have them outside of that system or have them excluded. The reason I'm talking to you about these trends is simply the concern we have here. You have reached a level that few people are able to reach. You know, or you should know by now, that the investment you have made in education will yield tremendous payoffs in terms of professional and personal growth and success. At the same time, I want you to understand that this presence here that you have, this obligation that you have as graduates, creates some special obligations. As leaders in business and education and many other walks of life, you must think about how to create opportunities for others. Be active in your communities. Offer a helping hand to those who struggle to follow in your footsteps. In a sense, everyone is here today because someone, or more likely, many someones, helped you get there. My charge to you